We will continue the chapter what is government with the new topic, how does the government function and what are the different types of governments. Children, first of all we will study about how does a government function. Okay, the government function by making laws and then by enforcing laws and then by interpreting laws. Children, you have studied that government has the power to make laws. It has also got the power to implement the laws, put it into practice. Okay, government has the power to take decisions, make laws, and it also enforces the laws, then it also safeguards the laws. There are three organs of the government for doing these functions. Making laws, government has the legislature. The legislature of the government, legislature, the organ legislature make laws, okay, for the country. Then the executive part, the executive body will enforce the law, implement the laws. Then interpretation of laws are done by the judiciary. Okay, children. So the government can function only by making laws, and all the people in a country has to follow these rules and laws, okay, which are made by the governments. Children, for example, a law says that all the people, all the persons who drives, okay, who drive a motor vehicle must have a driving license. Okay, all the people who drive motor vehicle must have driving license. That is the law. Okay, according to this law, the person must have driving license to drive a car or any other vehicle. So if a person, any person without driving license driving a vehicle, he will be fined or he will be sent to jail. You can see the penalties under the motor vehicles law. So you can see without driving without license, see now it is the penalty is 5,000 rupees, and there are other traffic rules, laws, over speeding, they see drunken driving. See, for drunken driving, if any person caught drunken driving, he has to pay rupees 5,000. So there are many such laws. Okay, people has to obey these laws for the smooth functioning of the government. Okay, now children, people can also approach the court. The court safeguards the laws, right? So people can also approach the court. Some cases, people, if they feel that any law is not being practiced or not, a law has not been practiced or followed by the people, they can approach the court and claim it. Okay, claim saying that the law, that particular law is not being followed. For example, children, for example, if any person is denied for a job, okay, is denied from a job considering his religion, okay, the law says that in India, the law says that every people, all person or every people should be treated equally, okay, before the law. So there should not be any discrimination among the people on the basis of their caste, religion, creed and color. Okay, so if anyone feels that the that person is not being given a job only because of his religion, so he can approach the court, and court prevents the violation of laws, and court can punish the lawbreakers. Okay, the court prevents the violation of laws. So the court safeguards the laws. All of you understood? Yes. Now, so that is how the government functions. Now we will study about the types of government. Okay, there are two types of government, monarchy and democracy. Okay, there are two types of government, monarchy and democracy. So we will see, this is monarchy, you can see, okay, the monarch sitting over here, and here democracy, you can see many hands, the people. Okay, now we will study one by one. What is monarchy? Children, what is monarchy? It is a form of government, okay, where king or queen has the power to make decisions. Okay, the king or queen has the power to, they have the full authority to make decisions and take actions. Okay, and the monarch don't have to explain his decisions or his actions to the people. Okay, he is not answerable to the people. Okay, the final words come from the monarch, and the people do not have the right to question the monarch or the king or queen. Okay, in a monarchy, people have no right to question the ruler. Understood, children? Now, people don't have the right to choose the ruler also. They don't have even the right to choose their ruler. Okay, the monarch or king or queen becomes rulers by hierarchy. Okay, they are given the position by hierarchy. Now, what is democracy? What do you mean by democracy? Children, people, it is the rule of the people. Okay, democracy means it is a rule of the people. People give power to the government. People give power to the government to make laws and do their duties. Okay, so they choose, people choose their leaders and they form the government. People choose their leaders through election. Okay, they will cast their votes to particular persons whom they like, and they choose their leaders, and these leaders form the government. Okay, so this is a rule by the people. Democracy is a form of government where people have the freedom to choose their leaders. Did you get it? Okay. Now, people give power to the government. So, government has to explain its decisions and actions to the people. That means government is answerable to the people. Government has to explain the work that the government does and the decisions or the laws that the government makes. Then democracy is we can say that. So we can say that democracy is the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Okay, democracy is a government, is a form of government which the government is of the people, by the people, and for the people. Now, it is the rule by the people. Democracy is the rule by the people. Now, democratic countries. There are many democratic countries in the world. Okay, India is also a very popular democratic country in the world. Okay, India is also a popular democratic country in the world. Children, you all know, you have studied that India was under the British control, British rule before independence. Right, and after the independence of August 15th, 1947, we got independence, and after that India became a democratic country. Okay, and now India follows representative democracy. Okay, India follows a representative democracy. Now we will study what do you mean by representative democracy. What is representative democracy, children? People choose their representatives. Okay, people choose their representatives through election. People have the right to choose their leaders, their representatives by conducting elections. In elections, they cast their vote and elect their representatives, and these representatives form the government. Okay, and they make laws on behalf of the people. These representatives together form government and they make laws on behalf of the people. Okay, so representative democracy, in a representative democracy, people choose their representatives through elections. Children, now what is universal adult franchise? Okay, universal adult franchise is a key feature, key element of representative democracy. Okay, it is a key element of democracy. Okay, now what do you mean by universal adult franchise? Right to vote for all the adults. Right to vote for all the adults in democratic countries are called what? Universal adult franchise. Okay, so it is the right to vote or universal adult franchise is a key element, important factor of democracy. Without right to vote, we cannot call that government a democratic government. Okay, if any country follows democratic government, they have to allow its citizens the right to vote. Okay, now India became a democratic country after the independence, as I said earlier. Okay, and in the ancient times, okay, the women and poor people were not given the right to vote in India. Okay, in ancient times, women and poor people, they were also uneducated people also were not given the right to vote. So the great leaders like Gandhiji, Nehru and other great leaders, they demanded right to vote. They struggled for right to vote for all the people, all the adults in our country. Okay, the adults means here 18 years and above, all the citizens who are 18 years and above. The adults here means all the citizen who are 18 years of age and above. Okay, they can vote. They have the right to vote. So India became a democratic country. In our country, all the adults have the right to vote. We enjoy what? The universal adult franchise. We exercise the universal adult franchise in our country. Okay, children. So in the other countries of the world, especially in USA and Europe, okay, the women were struggling for the right to vote. They were not given the right to vote. Okay, especially during the First World War. Okay, that time women were struggling for the right to vote. So this movement was called the Women's Suffrage movement. This movement was called the Women's Suffrage movement. Okay. Women's Suffrage movement. Women struggled for right to vote during the First World War in USA and European countries, and they got their right to vote. You can see the picture, the posters during the time of the women's suffrage movement. See, you can see, we are ready to work beside you, yes, beside men, and fight beside you and die beside you. So women, they are saying that we are ready to die beside you, beside a man, but we have to let us vote beside you. Okay, we have to get the right to vote. Let us vote beside you. Vote for women's suffrage. Okay, suffrage here means what? Right to vote. Suffrage means right to vote. What do you mean by suffrage? Right to vote. Okay. So, did you understand what is women's suffrage movement? Now, I hope all of you understood the topics that we were discussing, the laws and the government. We discussed how does the government function, making laws and enforcing laws and implementing laws through different organs like legislature, the executive and the judiciary. Then we have studied about the two different types of government. They are the monarchy and democracy, and you studied the features of monarchy and democracy. The difference between, you have to study the differences between the monarchy and democracy. Okay children, then we have learned about the representative democracy, and India is a representative democracy. What do you mean by representative democracy, and what is the importance of UAF or universal adult franchise in a representative democratic countries. Okay, then you have also learned about women's suffrage. Hope all of you understood the topic. Now children, you have to read this chapter, what is government, and page numbers 31, 32 and 33. Okay children, and underline the important points that we have discussed today. You can find out the important points and prepare your own questions. Okay children, you must read and underline. Okay, thank you children.